wonderful souls. I'm so glad that we're here. This is Love Transmissions with Evanye, and I'm Evanye. Welcome to my channel. Did you know that the person that you are in a relationship with is literally your mirror? It's true. Okay, y'all, let me tell you my story. So I used to be a runner and an avoider in all of my relationships, my romantic relationships. And if I could get away without getting too close, that literally was my MO. I used to think that the people that I was dating were somehow not on my frequency. Like, have y'all ever related to this? Like, I always thought that I was smarter than them, that I was wiser than them, that I was just somehow much more special than they were. I had more emotional intelligence and more wisdom than they did.
Bruh.
I felt like I was dating my client. And if you are a service provider, or you're a coach, you're a healer, you're a therapist, maybe you can relate to me in some kind of way, because literally that was my MO. It always felt like I was drawing in the wrong kind of person to match my goals. And so one of the things that I had ended up telling myself was that somehow long-term relationships were not for me. Like, that was off the table. That was not my MO. That was like not a thing that I was put here on this planet to do. So I started getting this idea that somehow I was only put here for temporary short-term relationships, because somehow I couldn't match up with the right kind of person. And it felt like everybody that I was running into was somehow the wrong kind of person. And so fast forward, here we are, it's 2020, and I was ending one of the last relationships where I really felt like I was dating someone that I should be working with, that should be a client of mine. And I said, you know what, I'm done. I want a long-term, sustainable relationship that feels good to me. And I want something where I can be as free to be myself without the other person getting upset or feeling some kind of way. That's literally what I asked for. And so I want to say about 3 months later, and now y'all, this was post a mushroom ceremony, this was post a combo ceremony, and if you don't know anything about mushrooms or combo, that's gonna have to be a story time for another day. But after a combo ceremony and a mushroom ceremony, I ran into who is now a beautiful partner of mine, who is somebody that I am presently in a relationship with, and it is probably one of the healthiest dynamics that I have ever created in my entire existence. But I'm gonna tell you how I got there, is that when I am in a relationship with people, they literally are just me. They're just me. Now, let's back up. I knew this for a really long time, but when it came to being in romantic relationships and it would come to the triggers, and I would just be looking at a person like, work on yourself, like your issues are not my issues. Like, I kept othering the people that I was in relationship with. And it made getting to those intimate parts of the relationship really difficult. So by the time we got to what I call sacred portals in a relationship, I was done. I was like, you know what? That's your problem. You're gonna have to work on that. This is my issue. I'm gonna go figure it out with somebody else. So I became a serial monogamous person. That's literally what it was. Or I was in poly relationships where nobody really measured up. So I was just like, all right, I'll get this thing from this person, this thing from this person, and see if I can make it fit. So here we are, fast forwarding, when I really truly understood that the one thing that I needed to know in order to make relationships sustainable was that the other person was literally just me. They were just in a different skin suit. That's it. And what that mindset ended up showing me, and continues to still show me, is that whoever I am in a relationship with, we are on the exact same level, whether you believe it or not. Now, listen to me before you cut off this video, okay? Listen.
Listen to me.
What I'm saying is, this is something that I also hear from a lot of my clients and a lot of my friends, is I just want somebody on my level. I just want somebody on my level who can match my frequency, who can give me what it is that I'm asking for. Why is it so hard to get what it is that I'm asking for? Why can't I create the person that I absolutely want? Why do I keep getting bullshit? Or if you've ever heard there's pee in the pool water, or what else, what other things do people say? People are trash. Like, I've heard these phrases because within these phrases, there's this idea, this concept that people that you are engaged with or that you're in some sort of romantic relationship with, or some people call situationships, these people aren't on their level some kind of way, and they don't understand how and who they are that created this person to begin with. So let me break it down for you, okay? Whenever we are in romantic relationships with a person, guess what? It's gonna pull on the subconscious instruction manual or the subconscious program, okay? And this subconscious program is literally coded to mimic the relationship that you saw with your mother and your father or your parents growing up. So what does that look like? If you had a parent that wasn't in the home, guess what? You're gonna attract a person who is not available to you, right? This is true for a lot of the women that I work with. A lot of the women that I worked with, they didn't have a father in the home. They had mothers in the home. They saw their mother be a hard worker. They saw their mother be single. They saw their mother going in and out of conflict and issues that she had to handle by herself. And her mom wasn't always able to be as present, but tried her best. This is a story that I continue to hear over and over and over again, right? And what happened is that these women recreated that same narrative. They became their mothers and started creating partnerships with the masculine, where the masculine was avoidant, the masculine wasn't present, the masculine wasn't there. So then they're left wondering, why can't I create the person that I want? Why is he so emotionally unavailable to me? Like, why? Why? I'm tired of them dropping in, getting what they want, and then bouncing back or ghosting me, and now you're triggered by it, right? That's one space. One of the things that I created in my reality, I had parents who were what I call helicopter parents, and for the grace of them, they loved me so much, but they just hovered. They hovered and tried to control every outcome because they wanted me to be safe. Now, what that created was me being in relationships where control and possessiveness was an issue. Not in like the domestic violent kind of way, but just like, hey, now that I'm with you, you're mine. I don't want to share you with anybody else. Or we're going to do things this way. And I became also that person. So not only do we become the person, or not only do we attract what it is that we saw, we can also become the person or the people that we saw as well. So here's how it works. You get into a relationship with somebody, and at the very beginning, it's all love and rainbows and sunshine, and everything feels good, and it's magical, and it's like, oh my God, I love this person. I think this person is the one. Things are going good. And then speed up some time, and bam, guess what happens? That part, what we call the honeymoon phase, ends. And you literally begin to step into what I call the sacred portal of challenges and triggers, because this is the time for you to do your deepest, most powerful, most interpersonal healing work. And it's going to help you heal childhood wounds. Now, a lot of people break up here. This is where a lot of people break up. This is where the conflicts start. This is where all the fighting starts. This is where everything starts, y'all. This is where I decided to go ahead and just say, hell no, to the no, 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 hell to. Backing up. So when we get to this space, this is where we are asked, this is where our highest self is now reaching in and saying, hey, we're trying to grow you. Will you listen? Will you allow us to make a shift in your life to get you the expansion that it is that you're asking for? A lot of us are asking for healthy, long withstanding, long-term relationships. We're asking for people to show up for us. We're asking for people to support us emotionally. We're asking for people to love us unconditionally. We're asking for people to do their fucking part. And then we end up getting what we call someone who's not. We're like, you were different. Like, you was one way at the beginning. Why are you like this now? What happened? right? Because what's happening here is limerence is gone. Now, I'll talk about limerence in a different video, but limerence is like this literal neurological neurotransmitter state where all those happy chemicals are flowing through your body and you're feeling so good. That is why it's called the honeymoon period, because you literally are in an altered brainwave state. Literally, like a whole different brainwave state. You can't stay in that altered brainwave state for too long until you've got to come back down into your normal brainwave. And when you're in your normal brainwave state, the other person is in their normal brainwave state. And this is where the conflict starts, because you really get to see who you're in relationship with, and they get to really see who they're in relationship with. Now, the reason why I say your partner is your mirror is because they're going to start to activate inside of you. They're going to start to do things. They're going to start to be a certain way that's going to activate those inner wounded traumas that live inside of you. We call these emotional traumas. Emotional unmet needs that you needed to have when you were growing up that you didn't get from your parents. Because guess what? The minute they start to trigger it, you're going to start going, but why aren't you doing it this way? Why can't you do it this way? Why? I don't like this. Stop doing it this way. We get controlling in this moment. We get like, I'm going to try to mold you into who I need you to be in order for us to succeed. Because you're the problem. We start to point fingers and blame. This isn't healthy. This really isn't healthy. One of the ways that we transform this is, number one, by recognizing that people are just us. So if we're in a space where we are now being triggered by our partners, the opportunity that we have is the ability to look into ourselves. Why does this thing bother me so much? What is it about this particular experience, this particular behavior pattern of this person? What is it about this moment that triggers me? What is it? Why am I so afraid? Why am I so angry? Why am I so whatever? Why am I so sad? Why do I keep feeling disappointed and let down every single time? Because this is the opportunity for you to begin to see yourself. This person didn't just come in here to make your life miserable. That's literally not what life is for. Life is always trying to show us bigger and better things. But if we continue to other the person and make them somebody else, like you're the bad guy, you're the one with the problem, it's not me. Because if you didn't do X, Y, and Z, I wouldn't be like this. I'm only responding to you because of the way you da-da-da-da-da, right? If we continue to other that person, what we do is we miss out on the opportunity to understand ourselves. We also miss out on the opportunity to lean in to love with ourselves. We get to see the part of our subconscious instruction manual, aka subconscious program, our subconscious mind. We get to see what that instruction manual has been trying to show us all along. That's literally what we get the opportunity to. So when we stand in this space, we gotta stop. We gotta take a pause. We gotta go in. We gotta do some reflection. This is what I had to do, y'all. I had to keep going in, and I still have to keep going in. It's not something that you do one time. You do it every single time you're bothered. Every single time this person does something that rubs you the wrong way. Instead of going, stop doing that, why not go, why am I bothered by that? What could I shift? What could I become more aware of on the inside of me that keeps me in this routine of feeling triggered over and over and over again? This is what had to shift. This is what allowed me to stop being a runner, because what I got a chance to do was fall deeper in love with me through the gateway and through the lens of relationship work. I call relationships sacred because they literally are a ritual. They're a ritual into self-love. And that is what allows you to get to know yourself a little bit more, but you got to change your perspective. You got to change your mindset, okay? So Hope that this supports you. Hope that this brings you the wisdom that you need, especially if you're in a relationship right now and you're trying to figure out, should I stay? Should I go? Is this person worth it? Do I need to keep going? I hope that this love transmission helps to remind you how to love yourself, how to be in relationship with yourself, because that's all there ever is. Nobody is different. Everyone is just you, operating as you. And you are always in relationship with you, even if it looks like a different person, okay? Subscribe to my channel, drop a comment down below. Let me know if this resonates. Let me know if it doesn't resonate. You know, challenge me if you desire to do so. Whatever feels good, leave a comment down below. I love you. I believe in you.